Coming up this week, as Six Flags Fiesta Texas announced a brand new roller coaster, I'll be sharing all of the details. We'll also be taking a look at the construction of the brand new DC Rivals Hypercoaster at Warner Brothers Movie World in Australia, and also reporting on some closed rides at Heide Park in Germany. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, this is Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and that means it's time to cue those titles. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the show. I hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. I've had quite a busy one. Over the weekend we was in Wales, we went to Oakwood Theme Park and had a fantastic time. Each year we go with the European Coaster Club that hold an event there, and it's brilliant. We camp out next to Drench, which is the big water ride they've got there, and quite a few of us went down. It was a brilliant weekend, and we had a good time at the park in terms of ride availability. We got on Megaphobia quite a few times. Of course, we're on Speed, some of the others like the bobsleigh, some of our other favourites there. And you know what, we had a really good day down there. So a big shout out to all the guys from Oakwood for a fantastic event, and especially to Phil, the managing director. It's always good to see Phil. He's a really good friend of mine. It's great to see you down there at the park. Keep doing what you're doing. The fireworks show was amazing. I won't talk about it too much now. You're going to see it in the vlog that will be online in a few days' time. It's about an hour and a half vlog from the park. Loads to see. We have a little look around the brand new Dollland themed area. Unfortunately, I didn't get to experience the new coaster due to downtime, but Chris managed to get on it. So yeah, it's a really good vlog actually. Me, Charlotte, Chris, Lee, Caitlin and lots of other friends of ours joined us there. So it was a brilliant day out. On Sunday we also went to Folly Farm and had a great day there. We actually went with Andy and Lisa down there for the day, and also Charlotte and Caitlin as well. Folly Farm's about 10 minutes away from Oakwood, and it's a really good day out. We had a fantastic time. It's got a heritage fairground with about 10 or 12 rides in there. It was really good. We did quite a few of the rides and also experienced the rest of what Folly Farm has as well. So they're all coming in the next couple of days here on the channel. Anyway, quite a bit to talk about then this week, so it's now time for news off the rails. Now, the first bit of news this week is Theme Park Worldwide related, and it is about our event, which is going to be held this Saturday at Chessington World Adventures. Saturday the 12th of August, we're going to be meeting at 10 AM in the centre of the park, right outside the new Adventure Tree Carousel. You've got the gift shop there, you've got a few other shops, and like a big plaza area. We're going to be meeting just there, right in the centre of Chessington at 10 AM. It's free to attend the event. Come down and see us all. Myself's going to be there, Charlotte, and a few other familiar faces from the channel as well. Like I say, it's free to attend. All you need to do is make sure you have a park admission ticket or an annual pass to get into the park for this Saturday. On the day we sort of take it easy, really. We decide as a group what rides to go on. The park will be open until 6 o'clock. We'll go around and experience lots of different attractions and shows together. You can also join us for rides on things and just generally have a good day at the park. It's a really good chance to meet myself and anybody else from Theme Park Worldwide who's going to be there at the event. So yeah, it's going to be brilliant. It's also a chance to pick up lanyards and pin badges. They're available to buy. Theme Park Worldwide lanyards and pins are £5 for both if you buy them together, or if you just want one of the items, it's £3 an item. So you can see us at the event this Saturday at Chessington. Anyone can come down, you don't have to confirm or anything like that. It'd be great to see as many of you there as possible at Chessington for a nice, hopefully, fingers crossed, sunny day at Chessington for our summer event. A little bit coming up later on our next event and where it's going to be held and what it's all going to be about. So stay tuned later in the show for that one. But yeah, it's also a chance for you to pick up your Halloween Screen Park Worldwide pin badges. Quite exclusive though, there's not many of them. First come, first served. So pick up yourself an exclusive Screen Park Worldwide pin badge ready for the Halloween season, which isn't far away as well. So yes, that's this Saturday at Chessington World Adventures. We hope to see you there, and if you'd like more details, check out the link in the description, which will take you through to our Facebook page where you can confirm onto the event if you want to. Like I say, you can just show up, but if you want to give us a bit of advance warning, you can put it there as well. And it's going to be a really good day, so see you all there at Chessington on Saturday. For those of you that are coming along. Next up then, let's talk about a roller coaster that I was really excited to share a few months ago when this was starting to go up. Now construction is really progressing and it is on a brand new roller coaster in Australia. It's actually at Warner Brothers Movie World, and it's the DC Rivals Hypercoaster. Look at this image of the first drop. Oh my god, how good does that look? I mean, it's manufactured by Mack Rides. It's a Mack Hypercoaster. There's a few of them out there now, and it's 4,593 foot long and 202 foot tall, so just over that 200 foot, just a hypercoaster. And this does look brilliant. I mean, the layout of it looks great. Quite a lot of it's actually quite low to the ground, as you can see there, but that first drop, it looks stunning. And let's be honest, Mack are really pushing the boundaries now with these rides. They do look great. Like I say, this is opening this October in Australia. Don't think I'm going to be going out there this year, but who knows in a couple of years' time. I'd love to get out there and go and ride it. It will be the tallest, longest and fastest and only hypercoaster in the Southern Hemisphere when it opens this October. And it does look absolutely stunning, I'm sure you'll agree, from the image just there. Stay tuned as I'll be covering it as we move up towards the opening day in October. And of course, sharing a POV from that ride. It does look absolutely awesome. Now at the moment, Rocky Mountain Construction are pushing out some really interesting designs, and we was wondering when one of these coasters was actually going to open. However, Six Flags Fiesta Texas have announced that next year in 2018 a Wonder Woman themed roller coaster is set to open, featuring 3 inversions and reaching a top speed of 52 miles per hour. Here's a little look then at some of the images for this. Now it is going to feature the brand new Rocky Mountain Construction Raptor track. Now it isn't going to use the T-Rex track. Basically they've announced 2 new sets of track, which are both single rail, but one of them is a bit thicker than the other one, and one can accommodate bigger trains. This one is the smaller one of those, and it's a bit concerning in terms of throughput. I mean, this will only seat 8 riders per train, and I hope it's going to have at least, what, 3 or 4 trains to make this worthwhile. I know that gears like Eurofighters only seat 8, but yeah, this will be interesting. It needs to have plenty of trains on for this to work. But yeah, it's going to feature the Raptor track, which is the smaller version of this new T-Rex style track what they've built. The T-Rex one can accommodate 2 riders per row, whereas this one's only 1 rider. I can see that being issues with throughput and also friends wanting to ride with each other. I just think that's going to cause a few problems. But it will be, it's a bit of a gimmicky world first. It'll be the world's first single rail iBox track coaster. That's a bit of a mouthful, and I wonder if Six Flags are going to use that much in the market. I'm sure they will do. It's Six Flags, isn't it? Come on, they like all the cheese. But there we go. This ride's queue line will also include a crashed aeroplane, like a little creek architecture, what they're going to do, and other references to the comic book and the world of this famous superhero. So I'm looking forward to seeing it all when it's done. But yeah, I'm just a bit concerned about the throughput. So I'll show you a few images here, and it looks good. I like the colour scheme, and it looks quite big. I mean, you look at this and go through some of those inversions, 3 inversions on this ride. I just think it'd be really strange being on the front row of that. You're going to be so exposed, like going around these elements. It could be a really good ride, but the throughput does concern me a little bit. Comment down below and let me know what you think. But yeah, we'll follow construction updates when they begin, and it's interesting to see RMC pushing this one. Finally then, let's talk about some news from Heide Park. Now I went to Heide Park in 2014, visited for the first time and the only time I've been, and that was with Joe, who we've done quite a lot of trips with, and we actually went out to Holiday Park the other week and had a great time, so check out the vlog. But yeah, it's been announced that quite a few rides are closing at Heide Park. You got Lady Moon, which is the Huss Flipper attraction. It's quite a few flat rides. The Aqua Spin, which is the Huss Top Spin, they're now closed and will be removed from the park's lineup of flat rides with immediate effects, which is very, very sad. Going along with that, last year you had the removal of Octi, one of the octopus rides, and also Craig Live, which was the scare maze that me and Joe loved. And one of the park's main show venues that closed, and of course the main thing being the wooden roller coaster Colossus. So yeah, it's not looking good for the future of Heide Park. It's owned by Merlin Entertainment, British operator that own the likes of Thorpe Park and Chessington and Alton Towers, of course. But I'm not liking the sounds of this with Heide Park. We had a really good time. We actually went for the opening of Flug de Demon, which is their wing coaster that I really enjoyed. Flight of Demon, a really good ride, but I do worry about the future for this park. And yeah, it seems that Merlin don't like flat rides and stuff, and it's a shame because they're great inside the park and the entertainment was good there as well. So let's see what happens with this one going forward. But in terms of gate figure, they struggle to reach 1 million at Heide Park. Each year it's always quite low. And with it being in Germany, you got the likes of Europa Park, Phantasialand and some other great parks. There's a lot of competition and there's also a lot better out there than there is at Heide Park. So we'll keep up to date on this one and see what happens. But I really just hope out of all of them, we get to see Colossus, the wooden roller coaster, reopen. Check out the vlog from when me and Joe went in 2014. It was an amazing trip, it really was. And yeah, we enjoyed the park. There's a Rita clone there and a few other bits that are very similar to over here, like Battle Galleons at Alton Towers. And yeah, check out the vlog from that one. But in other news, you know, it is sad, this one, it really is. And hopefully the park will survive going forward. We will soon find out. It's now time for Name That Coaster.
You're like a roller coaster, move and shake me side to side. Yes, then I know, but I make you ride like a roller coaster.
So it is time for Name That Coaster. Now, quite a few people got this one right looking at the comments from last week, mainly due to an announcement what was in it. I did put that in there on purpose, and I don't think this announcement's actually used anymore on the ride, as this footage, what I got the audio from, was recorded a few years ago. But it was the Rattlesnake roller coaster located at Chessington World of Adventures. I thought I'll do it, especially with our event being there this Saturday. So yeah, it was Rattlesnake. So well done to everyone that got that right down in the comments. I do drop little hints. Remember, it is just for fun. So let's have another one, shall we? It's time for this week's Name That Coaster. Stop the audio clip. Again, quite a long one. It's a UK roller coaster, and I'm sure quite a few people will have ridden this one. So they're the clues, and I'll reveal what it was next week. So it is time for Merch Paradise, where this week I've got a brand new item I literally got from the weekend. As I mentioned earlier on, we were in Oakwood at Wales, and I'm good friends with the actual managing director there at the park, and he knows that each year I like to bring something back for the world of theme parks. So he gave me this. This is basically, I can't even fit it on the screen, this was one of the maps which was around the park this year, prior to the new James and the Giant Peach ride opening. You see, you got Megaphobia's logo on there and all sorts, just popping over the map there. But yeah, looking at that, it's a really nice item, so thanks Phil for that. If you want to see Phil, you'll see him in the Oakwood vlog, which will be online in the next few days. Like I say, quite a bit to come. Oakwood, Folly Farm, this weekend's Chessington event, and then we're also going to be visiting Poulton's Park and filming a vlog next week as well. So loads to stay tuned for on the channel. And I did say there was going to be Planet Coaster, and it did come last week, and there will be another one next week as well. So stay tuned for more Planet Coaster here on our channel. Along with that, of course, the Alton Towers vlog that went online last week. I can't believe how well that's gone down. It's had over 30,000 views. Just goes to show people love seeing my home park just up the road, and I'll be sure to do another vlog from Alton Towers soon. There we go. That was this week's Merch Paradise.
Questions, questions, questions everywhere.
Next up then, it is question time, where each week 4 different questions get sent in, and the first one this week comes from Peter, who was asked, if I could put one new ride in at Oakwood, what would it be and why? As much as I think another wooden roller coaster would go down well, I think a really good firm steel coaster, other than speed, would go down well at the park. And I do think that should be a Mack Big Dipper. I know funds are tight there and they wouldn't be able to get one, but if I could personally put one in, a Mack Big Dipper, it's basically lost gravity at Wallaby Holland. Check out the vlog from that one when me, Joe and Martin went last year. We had a great time on our Europe trip. We've got a similar Europe trip coming up in just over a month on the channel. But yeah, we did that ride. It was great. I think something like that at Oakwood would work well. It's compact, it's really intense, and it's just a really enjoyable ride. Next question from Ted Wilstone. If you could build one ride above tree height at Alton Towers, what would I build? Again, another tough question, but I know it's silly and it wouldn't get built, but a hypercoaster, if I could go above the trees, a hypercoaster would be great. I say that, if they did one round the back of the gardens, I'm not talking in the gardens, but in the valley right behind it, you could actually put in a hypercoaster there, and not really have to go above the trees. A few years ago, they were looking at doing a wooden coaster down there, and it looked, I say a few years ago, we're talking 10 years back now, and it looked amazing. That if you actually Google Alton Towers wooden coaster, like 2002, 3, something like that, you'll see all the plans for it. It looks stunning. It was going to have the biggest drop on a wooden roller coaster in the world, like a double dip, and yeah, it looked great. So thanks for your question there. Next up we got Rowan. What's the best ride that I've been on one with the worst theming. Well, in terms of top coasters, I mean, Expedition GeForce is up there in my top 5, but it's got no theming. So I'm going to say that's the one. It's one of the best rides I've been on, but it's not got the theming. It just needs more stuff in the queue line, the station. At least it's got a roof now. I believe it never used to. But yeah, check out the vlog where we went down there and had a fantastic day. Me, Lee, and Joe went down there and had a brilliant time there. So make sure you do check out the vlog on our channel. Final questions come from Katie, and this is to do with events, so we thought we'll put this one in. Who was asked, will we be holding a third TPW event in 2017? I like to hold 3 events a year. This year we're not going to be doing a Halloween event. Our next one's this Saturday at Chessington. The one after that, I'm looking at doing a Christmas event this year, and I'm thinking about holding it down in London, doing a couple of the Merlin attractions, maybe the London Eye, the dungeons, having some food, a bit more of a relaxed event, so to speak, and then maybe head up to Winter Wonderland and do some rides there. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. It's probably this November, December, so stay tuned for that one. Comment down below, I'd be interested to see what you guys think about that one, and us potentially doing a London event for winter this year. Keep questions coming in over on Instagram message and also on the Theme Park Worldwide Facebook page as well. Keep them coming in, and we'll pick 4 for next week's episode. So we've come to that time once again. It is, of course, TPW Showcase, the part of the show where you guys get to send in your on-ride photos, your birthday shout-outs, and anything theme park related for me to put in each week's episode of the show. If you'd like to have your things featured next week, send them in over Instagram and also on our Facebook page as well. Just make sure you send in the photos in the best quality that you can do. It means then they're going to be a lot bigger when I share them next to me on the screen. Obviously, when people send in the small photos with a small resolution, you're not going to get as good a quality image for you guys to see. So keep them coming in the best quality you can do. Lots to get through then, and the first one's from Ryan with a saw on-ride photo from Thorpe Park. Thanks for sending that one in. Billy and Matthew there had a photo with me, so thanks for sharing it with us. Ken has got a Stampeder on-ride photo from Port Aventura. Hope you had a good time there. I hope you did the blue side and the red side as well. Both really enjoyable coasters. They were a little bit rough, and they still are in places, but they're getting there. They're better since they retracked the first corner. Next up we've got Alan, who had a photo there with me. Great to meet you. Next up then we've got Luke, who also had a photo there with me. It was great to meet you there too, Luke. Moving on, we've got Jamie with a Goliath on-ride photo, so thanks for sending that one in. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Next one then, we've got AXL, who had a photo here with me. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I don't know if it's Axel or AXL. There you are, had a photo with me. Great to see you. We've then got Darley, who had a photo with a Milker cow at Europa Park. They're still out there. They're having a good holiday. They're there for over a week, so I hope you're enjoying Europa. And I love it there, Darley, having a photo with a Milker cow. Love Milker. It's great. Oh, you had a Milker muffin for me. Moving on, we've got Richard with a Stampeder on-ride photo. Stampeder quite popular this week. That's a couple of those. Thanks for that, Richard. Next up, we've got Emma and William, who had a photo with Harry Turnstiles himself. So thank you very much for sending that one in. We're glad you got to meet him. Jacob next, who had a photo there with me. It was awesome to meet you. Next up then we've got John with a Red Force on-ride photo from the brand new Ferrari Land at Portaventura. If you plan on heading out there this year, they've reduced the entrance price, so make sure you go and ride Red Force, the tallest and fastest roller coaster now in Europe. Moving on, we've got Caitlin, who had a photo there with some Chessington merchandise, so thanks for sending that one in. We've got a great one coming up in a second. Luke has got a merchandise collection there as well. You've got some good items there, lots to see, so thanks for sending that one in. Next up then we've got Olivia. I'm quite jealous of this. You've got a huge Bubbleworks collection. Look at all of that. It's amazing. We now got my little bubble man down here from Bubbleworks, but you got loads there, so thanks for sending that in. I'm so jealous of it all. It really is brilliant. Next up you've got Phoebe with the Nemesis Inferno Teddy. I'm so bad at pronouncing names, I really am, but thanks for sending those in. Next up then we've got our TPW birthdays for this week. We've got Adam, Damien, Stephen, Catherine, Kaylin and Lucy. A very, very big happy birthday to all of you from us here at Theme Park Worldwide. We hope you enjoy watching the show and of course our vlogs. Lots to come this week on the channel, so stay tuned. I hope you've enjoyed watching this week's episode. I'm Shawn Sanbrooke, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later guys, have an awesome week.